Today I'm embarking on watching one of the scariest movies since Hereditary, Nickelodeon's Monster High. I can't even say that movie title without feeling like God, I love that song. This franchise is based off Mattel's Monster High dolls that were popular during the 2010s, and they also had coinciding movies and cartoons. And I've got some lore with this one. I was too old to buy them when they were at their height of popularity. I would say maybe like 2013, 2015. But that didn't stop me from going to my friend's house and playing with the sisters. Like, I don't care if I was in middle school, I was engrossed, let me tell you, in the lives of these monster girls and their undead boyfriends. When this live action came out 2 years ago in 2022, I don't know where I was, but you know what? I'm here now in full makeup and full costume, and I'm ready to watch. Okay, warning, what I'm about to say is gonna be really cringy, but here's the thing. There's so many puns in this franchise that I can't do this commentary without using any of them. So forgive the next couple sentences. Strap into your electric chairs, my Frankenstans, because it is time to cuddle up in your cribs. Grab a plate of brunies because Skull is back in session, witches. I'm deeply sorry, guys. That was actually very painful. Okay, let's watch the movie. Whoa, who's this sick dude in the purple? There's like no way he's just an ordinary guy. I mean, he's like the alpha skater. He can't be human, right?
Whoops. Doggy? Hi. That's my keyboard.
Oh my god, it's even worse than I thought. They're girl? Now that is terrifying. Women doing men's sports? Not in this house. Not in this castle. This movie acts like no one has ever seen someone with ears and a tail. This takes place in Washington State. Just go to a mall. The furries are everywhere. But for our protagonist, Claudine Wolf, yes, that is her government name. She's not your average cosplaying furball. She's actually half wolf, half human, and she's living kind of unsuccessfully in the human world.
There's something I've got to talk to you about.
What's this?
That is my acceptance letter to Monster High.
Okay, so Monster High is kind of like Harry Potter. I feel like they all have this theme. Everything's trying to be Harry Potter. You know, you reach a certain age, and then you can go to a school with magical creatures like yourself. That I understand. But what I don't get is what happened to this invitation? This looked like someone DIY'd it from the Dollar Tree. I know this is a Nickelodeon movie, but I think the prop department could have at least afforded to do that on Canva. There's a free version.
That's all I want. A chance to belong somewhere.
You've got to find your place in the world.
Okay, that seemed way too easy. Your daughter just asked to go to a magical realm for high school, and you're treating it like she asked you to go to a movie on a school night. You know what, but I gotta cut this guy some slack, all right? He's probably tired. There's probably mobs with angry pitchforks and fire and all that at his door. And, you know, he probably sheds, okay? He's probably vacuuming a lot. He just needs a break.
Remember, the school is serious about keeping humans out. You've really got to keep that part of you secret.
If the school is so against her being human, I don't get why she got accepted in the first place. She's kind of like the first mudblood there. Why is this a Yossified version of Harry Potter? I'm gonna call it now. She's gonna be a part of some prophecy and she's gonna be the chosen one. But that aside, if her dad knows I hate humans, like why is he letting her go? This man just must be begging from a break from the Claritin. He's just like, I can't stop sneezing at all this hair. I don't care if your life is at risk. Please go to the school that might kill you. Yeah, so dad's parenting right now, not so great, but here's the thing, if he didn't let her go, there'd be no plot for the movie. So thanks again, Dad, for your negligence, and I hope it goes well for your daughter.
This is what I've been waiting for. Here I am, I'm coming out of the dark.
Of course, it's a musical. How did I not see this coming? I even watched the cartoons when I was younger, but I just don't remember there being songs. I thought it was just the theme song. Okay, so we just got into Monster High. We haven't seen much of it yet, but I am intrigued because on the outside, yeah, it looks like a haunted castle. It looks like somewhere you don't want to mess with. But on the inside, it looks like a Burlington Coat Factory. Yeah, because when I think of spooky lighting, immediately my mind goes to fluorescent retail lighting. Nothing is scarier than looking at your body brightly lit in a fitting room mirror. But lighting aside, I am so obsessed with the way that every Monster High girl gets their own slayful entrance. I feel like we're walking into the Victoria's Secret fashion show. First up, we got our girl, Draculaura.
So this is it, back at school, still living by his rules.
She's got some daddy issues, but she's working through it on the dance floor, and that's what I love to see.
Hi, name's Frankie. Frankie Stein. Mabuhay, kamusta ka?
Name's Frankie. Shalom.
Okay, now we've got Frankie, this girl who's awkward and socially inept, kind of like she was born yesterday vibes. Actually, she was born 15 days ago, so is she an infant in high school? Let's just hope she's mature for her age. Our next baddie is Cleo, and if I had to guess, her last name is probably Patra or Denial because they are so unoriginal with these monster names, but that's kind of why I love it, all right? It's a vibe. And she's got a friend, Laguna, who I think is a mermaid, but honestly, I'm not so sure.
Welcome back, bestie. I just saw Deuce.
Don't care. We broke up over the summer.
What? I'm sorry. You need me to eat him?
Now that's a real friend right there. Not just do you want me to beat him up. Do you want me to swallow him alive? Murder him on the dance floor? That is girlhood. Okay, well I think we've done it. We've met the crew of girls. There are like 30 dolls in this franchise that are named and sold in stores, so maybe we'll meet more of them. Maybe monsters like Abby Abominable or Karina, Can I See Your Manager? Okay, obviously I made that one up, but maybe we'll see her in the next movie. But as we learn the names of every girl at Monster High, we're also getting the rumblings of something sinister going on. And hint, it's not the fluorescent lighting.
No time for flattery, Bloodgood. The Founders Council has heard credible reports that witchcraft is secretly being practiced on campus.
Oh dear.
This is confusing me so much. They're saying that witchcraft is a human thing. I feel like that's a monster thing, right? Like, there's no other monsters that have powers? Or are they afraid of these powers because they're the only ones that humans can wield and they hate humans? You know, if you want my 2 cents on the situation, if you're gonna let that Laguna girl eat men, I think a little bippity boppity boo in the halls should be allowed. Call me crazy, okay? But that's just how I feel. However, I do draw the line of fluorescent lighting. That should be banned. Like, ruins the vibes, the aesthetics all thrown off. It's okay, don't click away. I promise I'll stop talking about this. Anyway, Claudine goes to her dormitory, but the ghouls at school might be scarier than the school itself.
You don't find your room. Your room finds you. School is a lie.
That is the exact laugh I use after I add a Twilight meme to my Instagram story. Yeah, that laugh wouldn't be my first choice of greeting, but her makeup wouldn't also be my first choice of foundation. What is that? The monster makeup in this movie is so funny to me because it kind of looks more like carnival paint than it does skin, especially with the lighting they're using. It is so bright, it's hard to offset it to make it look a little bit more like their skin tone, but you know what? It's camp, and I love it. Okay, it's like Tim Burton meets Spirit Halloween makeup. And our main girl, Claudine Storm, is serving a design from the same dish.
Wow, this is for me. I know, right? The school totally customizes our rooms for us. It's so cozy.
Ugh, having to split a dorm with 2 girls sounds like a nightmare. Like, how am I supposed to relax and unwind every night with 5 hours of doom scrolling, giggling, and talking to myself when there's 2 other people in the room? I do wonder though what my custom room would look like. I feel like it would definitely have my Jacob tapestry over the bed, and then my bed frame would be Lightning McQueen from Cars, and when you'd sit on it, it would go ka-cha. And oh, I'd probably have a shrine to Tanuki Mario in the corner. Whatever it would be very chaotic, and I'm sure my roommates would hate me. But you know what? Claudine is very impressed with her dorm. And if she's impressed with that, wait till she sees the hallways.
I can't believe it. School. Here we are, walking down a hallway with other kids, like in the movies. This is so cool, Frankie. How fun is that? A vending machine with like snacks.
Oh my God, a vending machine with actual snacks? Someone alert the New York Times. Claudine, calm down, okay? I know you're from Washington State, there's a lot of trees, but I'm sure you live close to a gas station. All right, you can get a bag of Cheetos there. It's not that special. I don't know, personally, I think I'd be a little bit more preoccupied with the bats flying around than worrying about the snacks in the vending machine.
Who you calling little? Okay, let's go before she gives us mange.
Claudine, there is a very attractive monster staring at you.
Usually when I bark, men run away. Maybe I gotta go to Monster High. Okay, I would fit right in. All the students there already look like grown adults. Yeah, I'll just throw on a pair of ears and wear the brightest colors I can imagine and I'll fit right in. But what's not gonna help Claudine fit in is talking to Cleo's X-Man, Deuce.
You're a Gorgon.
Oh, yeah, but not necessarily that kind of Gorgon. I've got a strict no snake bites or turning anyone to stone policy. That's the slightly pretentious classic.
That was so toddler core of her to point out his race as the first thing she says to him. You're a Gorgon. Yeah, they're all monsters here. You're acting like it's an oddity for him to have snakes for hair. You have ears in your hair. You know what's funny to me is that Frankie is supposed to be the socially awkward one. Meanwhile, Claudine is out here getting excited over vending machine snacks and talking to Deuce like this. But royally ruining her chances with a guy might not be Claudine's only problem.
Founders Day is in a few weeks. The day we celebrate the opening of the school and we liberated ourselves from the tyranny of human society.
Okay, so maybe that's a day that Claudine shouldn't celebrate. You know, this is tough. It's like being a white American who celebrates Thanksgiving. You know, did we break bread with the natives or did we just steal their land? It's very morally gray, but if it's so bad, then why does the turkey taste so good?
There's an annual dinner, very exclusive, for the school's most important and generous officers. And I've selected you to be the student ambassador to it.
Oh, it's a food-centered day. That's a loophole. You know, if there's a dinner involved, it's okay to celebrate. I mean, at least that's what America told me. Although Claudine can't start chugging the gravy yet because Principal Bloodgood revealed that she invited her dad. Yeah, kind of hard to hide the fact that you're human when your dad looks like one. But maybe they can pull like a Hotel Transylvania situation here. Slap a little bit of your winter foundation on him, some horns. He'll fit right in. Now, I don't know if it's the thought of her dad in her 8th grade Maleficent costume or the snacks she ate in the vending machine, but this interaction gives Claudine the worst monster of all, the nervous trots.
Hello? Bathroom? Sorry.
I don't know what Draculaura ate for lunch today, but she should seek medical treatment expeditiously. I've read on the internet that your poop can be green, but I don't think it should be glowing neon. I don't know what I should be worried about more, Draculaura's bowel movements or this new lore that Frankie tells to Claudine.
I know all about it. It only happens to part monsters. As they get older, usually during adolescence, their true nature starts to appear when they experience fear or anger. The fight or flight response can temporarily transform them into human form.
Okay, that's not too bad. As long as she stays away from the game Five Nights at Freddy's, she won't have to worry about turning into a human. It's interesting because this is a reverse trope. Usually it's the monster trying to fit in with the humans, and now it's the half monster trying to fit in with the full monsters. I think it's kind of cool, and honestly, if I was her friend, I would tell Claudine to embrace both sides of herself, but with a teacher as biased as this, I think I'd be running for the hills.
I'm gonna share a little history about how bad humans can be.
A song explaining everything terrible a human's ever done. This is gonna take years to finish. I don't think we've ever had a year in human history where there wasn't a war. Honestly, it might just be easier to play the song We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel in front of those class. It's about, I don't know, 4 minutes in length, and it covers a good chunk of human history. But this teacher doesn't care about history. He's focusing on what makes humans truly terrible, their hygiene.
Humans are unbearable, altogether terrible.
Just a bunch of freaky creeps.
Humans smell like dirty socks.
I feel like there's some aspects I would have focused on in human nature before I touched on their showering practices. I mean, not all humans are stinky, okay? I mean, probably most men. You know, they use 13-in-1 body wash. I heard they don't wash between their booty cheeks. But me, I've got 3 Tree Hut scrubs in the shower, okay? I smell like dragon fruit paradise. Stop the sweeping generalizations. I just love that there's so many things he could have brought up. Their treatment of the environment, slavery. He was like, nah. You know what the worst thing is? They smell like dirty socks. But there's hope for Claudine. Even though the half-human they're singing about in this song does die a gruesome death, if Claudine washes her feet, she should be fine.
Did he ever figure it out? How to be fully monster?
According to legend, yep. Made a potion that could ixnay his human side.
That potion for me is a strawberry matcha bubble tea. Once I drink that, I go full monster. Maybe Frankie and Claudine should stop worrying about going to the lab and finding this potion and just get a matcha. That is if Claudine can control her fight or flight response around this venomous stud.
No pressure, just, you know, if you wanted to hang out.
Gotta go. Bye.
I'm with her.
Now that's some riz if I've ever seen it. Girls at Monster High, watch out, because Claudine is in town. My favorite part about this interaction is the fact that even though she turns him down, super harsh, by the way, you just know he's eating that up. He's like, wow, that was so hot that she turned me down like that. I need to see her again. I mean, I've been doing that all my life, okay? I just don't talk to guys. I act mysterious around them, and then they're really super interested. They haven't talked to me yet, but come back in a decade, and I think we'll be seeing some real results. But who knows if Claudine and Deuce will get together, because it seems like Cleo is still hung up on him.
Because he's way out of your league. Perfect skin in its place. Put a pimple on her face. You don't stand a chance, little puppy.
Finally, an explanation for why I get all these pimples. I swear Draculaura is hiding in my closet, cursing me, because why else would I have pimples on my perfect skin? It's not like I eat excessive amounts of sugar and my favorite food is French fries. I just can't think of a reason why I'm cursed like this. But also, I'm so over this. I'm warning you, don't date my ex trope in movies. All right, if he wanted to be with you, you'd still be together. Also have a little pride, clinging on to this guy who doesn't even want you. But Cleo's possessiveness is the least of Claudine's problems. She's got bigger fish to fry. She needs to find Hyde's laboratory so she can get some Ozempic or whatever miracle potion he was working on. Can you imagine if this whole time that's actually what it was? It wasn't a potion to help you become full monster. It was medicine to help people with type 2 diabetes. And then also he was like, wait, this causes weight loss. I could sell this to celebrities and make millions. Like, I'm just imagining Claudine takes this potion and she's still half monster, but she's got her blood sugar under control and her waist is snatched. I don't know, could be an interesting twist, but an actual interesting twist that happens is the girls find Draculaura in the graveyard.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Witchcraft! What? No, definitely not.
It is, isn't it? Please don't tell my dad. Vampires have been at war with witches for centuries. He'd kill me if I wasn't undead.
I love that earlier in this movie, Draculaura was doing witchcraft in the toilet, and she's got a cauldron this whole time. Girl could have used the sink in the bathroom. Draculaura's got a freaky side, and she's also got a need for explaining things.
You're half human, and you need to find a potion made by a dead half-monster scientist that may or may not be in a secret lab behind that locked door. All before the Founders Day dinner next week.
Oh, I hate when movies do this. Stop explaining things to me. I'm sitting here, I'm watching the movie, I'm not an idiot. Okay, I was on my phone for a little bit of it, but not enough to miss all of those key points. And another thing, Claudine, you are letting way too many people in on this secret. You could get expelled from school or killed, and you're just yapping away to everyone. But you know what, that is so me-coded. If I was half human in this school, everyone would know. I'd start talking about Wawa, I'd be like, what's your gas station order? And they would all look at me like, I don't think we have that here. And if you don't know what Wawa is, it is like the best convenience store and gas station, and you can fight me on that, please, in the comments. I'm desperate for engagement. But anyway, Claudine doesn't even seem to care. Heck, she'll even sing a song about it.
Okay, so we practice.
So I've been hiding the truth cause I know they don't approve.
When this song came on, I levitated from my chair and I busted down. Also, I completely forgot that this movie was a musical. I feel like they do a good job of spreading out the musical numbers, but this is great. This sounds like Fifth Harmony should be singing it. Whoever cooked this bop, compliments to the chef. But after a fun night of riffs and telling your friends secrets you probably shouldn't, it is back to reality in the morning when Draculaura talks to her dad.
92.
92? You may as well have failed.
I tried, Dad. I really did.
You must apply yourself more diligently, Draculaura.
What is this accent? It is like Transylvania meets Long Island. I'm half expecting him to end a sentence with Sunday gravy or like forget about it. Like, what is going on? Well, I try to figure out where the heck her dad is from. The girls are almost ready to make their potion, but there's one issue.
Just one more ingredient left to find, and it's a doozy. Snake venom.
I don't feel like it's that terrible. It's Monster High. They've got to have that ingredient lying around somewhere. I'm sure Cleo uses that in her skincare.
The only native snake species to Monster High's ecosystem is a giant swamp viper. But they're 40 feet long and tend to bite your head off if you get too close.
Okay, well maybe there's a pet store or a sedative they can give the giant snake. I feel like there's some options here. Let's hear what Claudine thinks.
I know where we can find some.
It's just not gonna be easy.
Pretty sure this is better.
Girl, your solution is to milk this guy's hair for venom? I feel like fighting the giant snake might be easier. Just the social embarrassment alone of trying to get close to him so you can milk his hair. I mean, that to me, I would much rather get eaten by a snake. And also, how are you even supposed to do that? Are you gonna kiss the dude and then mid-makeout fight his hair for some venom? Maybe just ask him. I mean, still incredibly awkward, but I think the alternative is worse.
Snake venom for my snakes?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you just say so? Sure.
Okay, Claudine, let's be real. In what world are you successful in doing this? Also, this poor guy is singing a song about how no one sees him but you do and how much he trusts you, and you're doing that to him. Deuce just needs to leave Monster High because the real monsters here are the girls. Claudine can't tell you why she needs the snake venom, but you're still cool with her taking it? Deuce, put on some self-affirmations, do some power poses in the mirror because you need some self-worth here, brother.
Hey, let's hope this works. Bring the power to my fist, release the hold with gathered mist. I guess I'm just not good enough.
So, we try again tomorrow.
Okay, so the spell didn't work, but why are you walking through the front door of the school? You're not supposed to be there, it's after curfew. Draculaura can literally turn into a bat and fly to a room. You guys aren't even trying to use the back door. I'm just saying this now, someone's gonna catch you, and you deserve it.
Well, well. What do we have here?
Oh, sparks.
What's the punishment for students out after curfew, Mr. Komos?
Per ghoul code, 1 month detention.
I call this one from a galaxy away. Also, here's another prediction, all right? That mother bleeping teacher is definitely a witch. It is not Draculaura. He looks so sus. Leaving a well-paying job on Monster Wall Street to come teach? Yeah, you couldn't even pay me to do that if I worked as a sanitation worker. You gotta spend 8 hours babysitting kids, being underpaid? No. He's after something, and it's the same thing the girls are after.
What is that?
It's like the school is screaming!
Look out!
And the school knows he's bad too because it just tried to crush him. Another reason why you wouldn't want to teach. You could get toppled over by a gargoyle. This dude is not here for righteous reasons, okay? I mean, maybe he's trying to collect a disability check, but I think he's trying to capture some souls.
There's an untrue monster heart among us.
A human?
Yes. And if we don't find out who it is and get rid of the threat, the school could tear itself apart.
I don't know who this untrue heart is. It's definitely the teacher. But Claudine definitely has a true heart, okay? She just saved Cleo. But you know what? It's really confusing to be a girl sometimes. So Claudine decides to dip.
Back into the dark.
Truthfully, she should have left a lot sooner in this movie, all right? Would have saved everyone a lot of strife. You're in a place where someone could kill you at any moment if they find out your secret, all right? You're better off in the other world. But here's the issue I have. Not even 2 minutes later, her friends find her and try to make up. Like, let her have a main character arc, okay? Let her discover something that brings her back to Monster High on her own. Why do they gotta drag you back?
We're friends, remember? We're not letting you run away when you need us the most.
They're being so nice to her, but meanwhile, they just had a huge fight last night. This is the thing about kids' movies, and this happens all the time. There's always this one line after a friend fight. It's like, of course we're your friends, well, blah, blah, blah. I have never said that sentence in my life. Not even to my best friend have I been like, of course I'm your best friend, blah, blah, blah. Like, real friends don't need to say that, you know? You just know. Like, if I gotta remind you that I'm your friend, I don't feel like we're that close. But the power of forced friendship leads to an even greater discovery.
It's like you have a superpower that makes you less powerful.
Holy headless horsewoman! It worked!
Okay, so this whole time she could have just cut her nails and that would have worked. They went through all this trouble finding ogre bone and snake venom and mayonnaise, and she could have just gotten a manicure. But you know what, in real life, sometimes a manicure solves all my problems too. But the problems are not over for the girls because even though they got behind Hyde's door, the laboratory isn't there.
No, Hyde's lab is here. It has to be. He locked that door to protect it. There's gotta be another door.
Close the door behind you. Nothing grinds my gears more than when I'm watching a group of teens or adults, I don't really care, and they're finding a scroll or whatever the whole movie's about, and you know there's another guy in the movie who wants to find it too, and guess what happens? He shows up because you didn't freaking close the door.
No, you don't.
No, Mr. Grovos, we can
There's
explain.
no need to explain, Frankie. I was worried this was your plan, Claudine. Do not take that potion.
What did I tell you? It was the teacher. I knew it, okay? I could write one of these movies. You're gonna give him the potion because he's gonna coerce you into it, and then he's gonna be evil.
So you just wanted to turn on Monster 2?
So you could stay at Monster High?
I don't want to stay at Monster High. I'm going to destroy Monster High.
Okay, this isn't really a commentary on the movie, but why am I attracted to this teacher? He's kind of giving like theater boy vibes. Okay, I think I'm reading too much manga because I'm loving the red eyes, I'm loving the horns. Really, it truly is like Broadway meets the underworld. Wait, saying that out loud, that's actually exactly my type. This guy looks like he could kill you, but he also looks like he could break out into a song any second.
See, this potion doesn't just turn you into a monster. It turns you into the ultimate monster.
Okay, wait, never mind. I rescind what I just said. Those teeth are wild. He's got those Timmy Turner teeth. You know what, dude? Invest in some Invisalign, and then I'll give you my number. You know what? We'll stay in contact. What happens next is one of the funniest solutions I've ever come across to fighting the bad guy. Okay, right? You got magic, fists, I don't know, claws, okay? There's a lot of options here. These are all monsters. But you know what they go with? Canceling him on social media.
I wouldn't do anything you don't want the world to see.
Oh, don't you worry. I'm gonna do exactly what I want the world to see. Destroy this school.
Yes, putting him on a live stream will definitely stop him because of course he cares about the opinions of others. He's trying to kill the others. I don't really think he cares about what you put of him on Instagram. This is one of those we've got the power of friendship moments in movies that would just never work in real life. And actually, I'm glad to see that it doesn't work here because he does kill Deuce.
But what can you do? Leave her alone!
At least I finally got to stare into your eyes.
No.
Oh, brother. Your last words are simping for this girl who used you. Even in death, Deuce couldn't get it together. Deuce is very Ben from Descendants core in the way that he will do anything for the girl he likes, even if that same girl is ruining his life the entire movie.
Do you understand what kind of powers I have?
I know exactly what powers you have. Smile.
No. No! What have you done?
In the end, of course, social media saves the day, because it always does. It's an important lesson, kids. No, but actually, I'm mad. I'm mad because why the bleep did that fight take all of 5 minutes? All right, I didn't get to see any power thrown around, and not that I'm like an action junkie or anything like that, but that's just kind of lame. They didn't even leave the graveyard. I would have at least liked to see him go to the dinner and fight some of the adults.
Today, we are rewriting the school charter. We no longer revile humans, at least not all of them, no matter how tasty their veins may look.
Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that they changed the rules, but Dracula, that is an inappropriate joke. You know, let the dust settle on that one for 100 years and try again. Okay, also side note, but why am I noticing this right now? Dracula looks like the Count from Sesame Street? No, but it's uncanny. Like, look at him and look at the Count. Well, I guess there's no problems now, and that's the end of the movie, so there's only one thing left to do. Yes, the iconic generic pop number at the end of these movies that everyone skips. It just wouldn't be a children's movie musical without it. Final thoughts. I really liked this movie. I know you guys are like, what do you mean? It sounded like you hated it. No, I genuinely did. I got roasted a little bit because I'm me, but it was bright, it was campy, and it tackled some life lessons in a very tasteful, nuanced way. Like, for example, Frankie was a non-binary character and also neurodivergent, and I feel like she represented both of those things in a way that didn't feel like tokenism. And Claudine's situation could be relatable to kids who are biracial. I mean, you just don't know which identity you fit into. I felt like her story really paralleled that in a nice way. And I think my favorite part of the movie was the songs. They were so girl pop group coded, and I just really enjoyed listening to them. For me, where this movie lacked was the technical aspects, the set, and the lighting design. I just feel like the outside of the castle, like I said before, was, you know, gothic and creepy, but it was also kind of CGI'd so they could do that. And they didn't invest that money inside. The school felt more like a youth group meeting in the basement of a church than a spooky castle. But anyway, thanks for watching, ghouls. And make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what you want me to watch next.